Items that we need to stock up on before it all hits the fan. Let's discuss. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another coffee rant with Dano. This morning we are drinking Tim Hortons. If you have to hit pause on this video to get your coffee together, have coffee with us, as we're going to be going over items that our viewers have been discussing in the comments, things that are disappearing in some parts of the country, even around the world. We're going to go over some different items that I kind of put together. A lot of people have been talking about these. Either has to do with price increases or shortages. Maybe some both. But we need to discuss these things because, as we go along with different things going on all around the world right now, I feel like it is just a complete hurricane of events that have been happening in our country and beyond. And these things I felt like we need to talk about because a lot of these, not only are the prices going up, but we're finding shortages of these as well. And number one on the list is cold medicine. Now, we've been hearing from different viewers from all around the world. It seems like it's being hardest hit in Canada. For whatever reason, Canada is struggling to get in different cold medicines. We've had several viewers that have been talking about this. Over-the-counter medicines like ibuprofen, acetaminophen, and another big one has been children's medicine. It seems like that's been an ongoing thing in Canada for a couple years. But we've gotten a lot of comments from some of the U.S. viewers. The Equate brand in Walmart. We've seen this too. We've seen less and less Equate over-the-counter medicines at our Walmarts as well. So, this is something we definitely have to pay attention to. If you are someone who buys products from Walmart or the Equate brand, you may want to check the next time you go, or just keep an eye out on some of these different products. It's always good to stock up on these things, especially when we're getting comments and stuff of people not being able to find it in different parts in the country and around the world. Let's take a sip of our coffee. I wanted to get that one out of the way first because we're getting, probably over the last couple weeks, we've gotten 50 to 60 comments on different cold medicines that people haven't been able to find. Do take into consideration that the prices have gone up on different cold medicines, at least around Ohio here. So that could be what's happening, going away, coming back at a higher price. But I don't know. I don't know. Some of these things, I got a couple emails from a couple different viewers of some different medicines. One of them was like ibuprofen, looked like it was gone. All they had was store brand. We've just noticed a huge price increase at Kroger on their brand of ibuprofen. So that could be what's happening. But this is just something that I would make sure that the next time you go to the store and you find it, maybe not worry so much about the price. Just buy up one or two to make sure you have it. And mind you, we are going into winter season. Plus, we have that pneumonia outbreak here in Ohio. And now apparently it has reached Massachusetts as well. We did go over this in another video. And it's so many different things going on, guys. It is just crazy with so many different recalls, conflicts, overseas going on, conflicts here in our homeland. Excuse me. Just with all the different cyber attacks and different things like that. I mean, it's just getting really crazy. We want to make sure that we're able to have the things, at least that we're getting comments on of these things that are kind of disappearing. We've been covering food shortages for a long time. We've been covering price increases in the store. We were covering the empty shelves in the grocery stores a couple years ago, and we have just been following ever since. So if this is something that you are interested in following, make sure you subscribe down below. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up, as it does help spread our videos out all around the world. We got to get this information out here. And here's one that's been coming up more and more is vitamins. And I think in today's day and age, it's always good to have whatever vitamins, either ones that your doctor recommends or ones for yourself. Maybe good to have vitamin C, help build that immune system, and different vitamins that you're going to need. multivitamins, things like this. But we've been getting, usually if I get 2 or 3 comments within a week of something, that is when I find, okay, there could be a shortage of this. We did have some shortages of vitamins along with different medicines a little over a year ago about this time. So I don't know, just always good, if you're checking places like different grocery stores, Walgreens, try and find those buy one, get one free, or buy one, get one half off, or equal lesser value, something like that. But it's one that's been coming up more and more in the comments lately, so I wanted to mention it on here. And number 3, I have meat, and I have that just all around. If you have any extra freezer space, it may be a good idea when you find a sale on different meats to buy some up, because we're seeing prices on chicken and beef go through the roof. I mean, it's skyrocketing right now. We've seen it go up. I saw it go up $1 a pound the other day at Walmart after it had already gone way up in price. Now, we are expected to see some major shortages of beef coming into the new year of 2024. So we need to pay attention to that. But at the same time, if beef is in your main diet, if you use beef for a lot of different things, you may want to consider buying up some extra if you have any freezer space. And I always say try to get the best deal out there. As to what we do, that's what we do. We try to find the best sales out there, whether that is Kroger or any of the other stores that we frequent. And most of the time, that is what is in place of this morning video. But I had a lot of things I had to do today. Me and Jessica were out doing things. And let me tell you guys, if you're out doing some holiday things, if you're out doing some shopping, be careful. Be careful. People are driving like crazy. I feel like, everybody's just all about themselves. They're not paying attention to anything. Me and Jessica were walking in this like plaza area, and it was like this car just blows past me, and I was walking. Anyway, just seeing people back out and not paying attention, just make sure that you're taking it easy, take it slow. The stores are going to be slammed this time of year, so just be careful. The next one here, I got to be honest with you, I don't even really want to mention this one, but we're getting hundreds of comments on it, so I have to. Toilet paper. Toilet paper seems like there are shortages. We saw shortages here. A few weeks ago, we were going over the ones we saw. Quilted Northern disappear in a lot of our stores for a couple weeks, and then we saw it come back with new advertising, smaller packaging, shrinkflation, and now we're seeing sales on it, but their initial shrinking the toilet paper has happened. So now you might as well say that's a price increase, because you're getting less for paying the same price. And that is what will be next, is the price increase. But we're getting more and more comments on toilet paper. I went to Sam's Club the other day. I couldn't believe how short the toilet paper was. I haven't seen toilet paper that short at Sam's Club in like a few years, from when what happened. So take that for what you will. We did have somebody say that they went to one of their Costco's in the comments saying that they had no toilet paper and very low on paper towels. This was about a few days ago, about a week ago. So hopefully it's coming back in. But, let me know down in the comments if you've noticed at Costco or Sam's Club if the toilet paper has shrunk recently. I'm not talking about when it shrunk like a year ago. I'm talking about like recent. So if you notice it coming back in and those numbers, make sure you let us know down in the comments. Next thing on the list, we got a lot of comments the other day on car supplies, and I agree. We're going into winter here, and there's one thing that I wanted to mention that I've been noticing is car oil. Car oil has gone way up in price. Way up in price. And when I was at Walmart the other day, I walked past it, and it was just very unusually low for it being that expensive. Now, mind you, we're at Walmart, and that is pretty much the cheapest you can get car oil. But their Super Tech has gone up like 200% on their oil. I mean, I remember when it was $2.34, and now it's like $4.05 something. And that's the cheapest oil possible. Like if you're driving around a beater, right, like an old car or something you're just trying to keep going, but you want to do that's the kind of oil you want to get because it's the cheapest out there. However, if you're driving something newer, you do not want to put that oil in your car. It is not the best. But it's for older cars, really. I mean, at least I wouldn't. That's my opinion. I mean, I don't know, but I noticed that the oil's getting very expensive. Oil at Kroger, too, their Motor Tech oil used to be very cheap. I've noticed that that's getting very expensive, and they were very low on it the other day, too. I didn't show it in the video, but I was just kind of looking around, kind of just doing some other things, trying to see other things that we may need to check out. That might be one of them. But yes, any kind of car supplies that you think you may need, I would get those soon because I hear little rumors and stuff about car parts and stuff like that, like people not being able to find parts for cars. There was a neighbor of mine that has a, I think it was a, oh, I don't know what year it was. I think it was 2021, I think it is. And they didn't have the parts. They couldn't get the parts from like his dealership. And I'm like, that's crazy. So, just a good idea. And I know that may not have anything to do with anything. I just wanted to mention that on here so that you know that if you're, just something you think you may need, car lights, like headlights, those always go out at the wrong time. Maybe some brake lights. Get them while, when you can find a good deal. But these kind of things could save you a little bit of a headache, in the wintertime. Now, personally, it's also probably a good idea to, carry a gas can in your car. I'm one I'm always filling up once I get just under half a tank. I'm just like that. I know I could go further, a lot further, but if you've replaced fuel pumps and stuff like that in the past, you'll know what I'm talking about. The more gas you have in your car, the cooler that fuel pump actually stays and the less it has to work. So, but always good to have a little gas can in your car just in case. You never know, knock on wood for you, but in case something happens and a line snaps or maybe the gauge breaks, and you don't know, always good to have that gas can just in case. So the next one here has been one of the biggest issues that we're noticing everywhere, and some people are saying that their egg prices haven't gone up. Some people are actually saying that they came down. Get ready because they're going to be going back up. When this happened last time in the spring, where was the first place we saw the prices go up at? Walmart. Well, we've noticed that Walmart has almost doubled, okay, on their 60 count eggs. Not doubled yet, but it's getting close. It'll get there, right? So if you're finding these sales on eggs that you were talking about, or if you see them at the store, I would buy some up. Buy some up. If you're looking to freeze eggs, there's all kinds of different ideas that our viewers leave in the comments. So make sure you're following in the comments. You can literally crack the eggs, put them in a baggie and freeze them. Right. I mean, that is like the easiest way to do it. Or you can beat the eggs, and then put them in there and then you're ready for scrambled eggs. I don't know, but all I know is that it doesn't seem that long ago when 60 count eggs at Walmart was $28. Or $25.72. I think that was the number. But, or $5 for a 12 count eggs. And that was pretty much everywhere. $4.79 at Kroger, I think, is what it got up to. So before it gets there, right, because we've had all the callings of the different chickens here in Ohio. There was like 1.3 million and then millions more in some other places. That's why it's going up. So either way, whatever it is, if you eat eggs on a daily basis or even weekly basis, I would recommend buying some and freezing it to your liking. Make sure you have a little extra freezer space. Even as packed as mine and Jessica's freezer is, we're always finding extra spots. We're always finding ways that we can kind of move stuff around and fit it in there. Just because we know, like with eggs are going to be a problem. And here we are right before Christmas. Right before Christmas, all this happens. You use eggs for everything. I mean, you can do like no bake cakes and stuff like that, or different, there's ways to do things without eggs, but it just figures that this is right before the holidays. Oh yeah, another thing right before the holidays that everybody is gonna want or need is that guilty pleasure of butter. Now, I don't know if it's a guilty pleasure, but anyway, butter is going up in price. Butter. I don't get it. That's right before the holidays. Now, to be fair, butter's been going up for like the last month or so. So is milk. We're seeing most dairy products go up in price. Let me know down in the comments if you have seen any cheese products, like the cheaper cheese products, go up in price lately. Like we saw it go up at Aldi like about a month ago. I know ours was a little cheaper than some places, and dairy could vary from state to state. But let me know if you've been noticing anything. Some people have been noticing some of the Happy Farms at Aldi. Some of the cheese packets were down to 7 ounces and not 8 ounces. Now, when I checked at our Aldi, they were still the 8-ounce packs. So we'll have to check next time we go, which should be here in the next couple days. But yeah, pay attention to butter. Somebody was saying that butter went back up at Aldi to $3.49. It was $2.49 at our Aldi right before Thanksgiving. So I don't know, but that's why we always talk about this, guys. Buy up the sales as you see them. We know that things are going to get pretty ugly here this winter. With the way everything is going, the different things that are happening, the cold medicine, after all the comments and photos and stuff like that we have seen on the different cold medicines, that's kind of telling me, I mean, we got a couple extra. I'm just telling you right now, like, you know what? If there's a chance of this happening, heck yeah, we're going to make sure that we're stocked on some of this stuff because, we're not, this happened to us, right? Like a little over a year ago where medicines were just disappearing. And yes, it was in fall. So we, cold season, flu season, stuff like that. But at the rate that this stuff was flying off the shelves, it was pretty ridiculous. And we narrowed it down to they weren't getting a lot of different things in, or they weren't putting them in their stores, or whatever you want to believe. Let me know your opinion of that down in the comments as well. Okay, next on the list. I had to put this one on here, right? Now, we've been seeing it come back in at a pretty good rate. Sugar and salt. Okay, now there's been shortages of salt all over the country. And any of you outside the country, let us know if you're having shortages of salt and sugar as well. Excuse me. Hold on. Tim Horton time. That's a good coffee. I do like it. Yeah, let us know if you're still having shortages of sugar and salt. We've been seeing it come back in, but yeah, we have been getting a lot of comments on it still. So it's obviously still an issue, and we're still seeing issues with salt. I did see a good amount at Walmart the other day. I got to say, it looked not full, but it was pretty close. But we're seeing less and less in like Kroger, Meijer. Meijer usually always has Morton's. That is the store I was talking about when I say their store brand is out sometimes. But I have been to Meijer where they'll have the store brand and not Morton's. So it just, I don't know. It could be a transportation thing. Not really sure. But we've had so many different issues with salt over the last year. And it seems to happen like every 3 months. Like we seem good now. Come February or something, we may not have it. And then you may have it out in California or something, or up north or down south, and then we're not getting it. It could be a trucking issue. I don't really know. It's like the most plentiful mineral on Earth. So it kind of leans me to think that, well, maybe it is a transportation issue. Look how many train derailments we have. All kinds of issues with trucking, and now they're wanting to do electric trucks, semi-trucks, and stuff like that. How do you think that's going to work? I mean, I hope it works good. How much is that going to cost, though? I mean, semi-trucks in general are so expensive. I don't know. I guess we'll just have to figure that out like we do everything else. But next on the list, pasta. Pasta is becoming a major issue. Not only around here, it's not like it was, okay? It's not like when it was completely gone, but we're going to the stores and we're finding, the one that you want gone. Like, I've seen so much elbow macaroni everywhere, it's ridiculous. But I guarantee you, when I have to go to the store to get elbow macaroni, it won't be there, because that's my luck. And that's why we stock up on things. So we got plenty of elbow macaroni, so Jess can make her homemade macaroni and cheese and all that good stuff. But pasta is an issue. We continue to get comments on pasta. So when you find a sale, just like anything else, you might want to get up some, buy up some. And you kind of factor in your different holiday expectations as well. Different foods and baking items, things like that that you're going to be making for the holidays. Know that is like adding to it, right? Anything that is in short supply is going to also be even greater short supply as we go along and get closer to Christmas and New Year's. So just keep that in mind. And rice and dry beans, I feel like this one is pretty self-explanatory. not only are we suffering from a lot of shortages of rice and dry beans, prices are starting to go up big time. People have been commenting on some of the different rices that have gone up. And when I went to Walmart and I saw the price on that Thai Hamali rice in the big yellow bag, the 20 pounds go up to $20.27. I thought the sticker was wrong, and then we saw it go up everywhere. It's $24.99 now for the same thing at Meijer. For the same bag, $24.99. So that's even $5, $4 and some change higher than Walmart. Keep in mind, when they first brought that in, it was $15.98, and that was not long ago. That came in 2 weeks after we heard about the export ban in India. So and we were seeing that all over Walmart. They were putting it everywhere. They were trying to show people that, hey, we got your rice here. All these yellow bags of Thai Hamali rice. The jasmine rice. You probably know which one I'm talking about. And it's just, and they were short on that. All they had was the couple bags in the aisle that I saw, and you saw how empty it was. Now, to be fair, they had plenty of the great value dry beans, which was good to see. But and to show you they're flying off the shelf so fast, they're just putting them in the boxes and leaving them in the boxes, cutting them open and letting people, take what you want, which is good. I mean, at least they're getting it in, but the prices are definitely going up on most of those. One of our longtime viewers couldn't believe how much the black eyed peas were. I think they were $1.66 for 1 pound. They're going up everywhere, and if they're not going up, then they're coming down in size, because we see at Dollar Tree all of theirs have shrunk in size. Pinto beans, black beans, chickpeas, all of them. They have all shrunk in size to 12 ounces. 12 ounces. So you're paying $1.25, but you're getting 4 ounces less, which people are always saying on the, for different recipes, well, that doesn't work because you need a pound, right? So, and that's the thing with like a lot of the canned goods today that kind of stink too, because all the canned goods have shrunk down to 14.5 ounces. Most of them. What does that mean? Or 14.5, 15, depending. It's like most recipes. Look at your grandma's recipes from years ago. 1 pound, 16 ounces of tomato sauce. Now you're getting 15 ounces. What does that do? Oh, they know what it does. Now you have to buy 2 cans. And I don't know whether they're hoping you just throw the other can away. We never do that. We save everything. We will use that 14 ounces or whatever is left of the can of tomato sauce for something else, either the next day or add to an appetizer or something. We do not waste. Okay, now here's one that I have noticed myself, and we've gotten a couple comments over the last couple weeks. Toothpaste. Toothpaste is an issue at a lot of the value stores. So if you're shopping at like Dollar Tree, Family Dollar, Dollar General, this is toothpaste, oral hygiene products are apparently an issue. Now, we know that with Family Dollar a few months ago, they had a recall on a lot of their different products that was stored incorrectly in a warehouse. It got too hot. The temperatures were off. Now, I assume they've gotten rid of all that and fixed the problem, or they wouldn't even have it on the shelves. But as we go to these stores, I've noticed a lot less of these things at Dollar Tree lately. Now, that could be in part as a lot of people are buying these products at Dollar Tree more than they would have before, because now, like Kroger and Meijer and Walmart and all these other places, they're getting really expensive on these kind of things. You're seeing toothpaste for like $3. Finding sales on them, though. Like Kroger, I saw some toothpaste for 99 cents a tube on a digital coupon. So I mean, you can still find some deals. But again, people who don't have time to waste or no gas to waste or on a very tight budget and can't do all the extra, yeah, I mean, it's getting bought up in some of these dollar stores, and we do have to pay attention to those. And right there, we're just going to, and I went back into some of the different Equate brands here in my notes, but that is something that a lot of people comment on the channel. A lot of different Equate products. That's my contact solution, right? It's and it's made in Texas. It's the exact same as Bausch and Lomb, however you say that. And it's cheaper. It's way cheaper. And, you know, it's just, luckily I found one box like a couple weeks ago. There was 2 different times I'd gone to Walmart where they were completely gone. Didn't even have the single bottles that charge like an extra 50 cents. I would have even bought a single bottle. I ended up having to buy OptiFree, which I don't like to do, but I got to do what I got to do. I have to have contact solutions. So anyway, guys, you know, make sure you're paying attention to some of these things. All of these things in this, minus maybe a couple people commented about the toothpaste and it getting really expensive, but I've been noticing a lot of shortages on it too. So wanted to put that one out there, and I'm sure I'm missing a lot of them here, but I don't want to make this video too long. But these are the items that we have been discussing on the channel in the comments that have become an issue of victim of shortage, right? A lot of these, I mean, meat, you know, we're still getting comments on meat shortages as well. Beef. Chicken, how expensive it's getting. Pork is starting to go through the roof. I'm hoping somebody left in the comments that Kroger this Wednesday is supposed to have 89 cents a pound hams, with, I think it was an extra $25 purchase. I don't know. We will be visiting Kroger this next week and checking out all of those sales. Somebody did say also, I guess it was one I missed, but I feel it's important because I know a lot of our viewers like Barilla pasta. Barilla pasta is on sale for $1 at Kroger. Now I think it's kind of its own thing. I think you have to get 5 of them or something like that to get them for $1. It's not on the buy 5 or more deal. I think it's on its own separate deal. But wanted to point that out there. $1 a piece. That's pretty good. I think it's on the same deal with the Gatorade. Don't quote me on that, but because in the ad it shows the Gatorade and the Barilla pasta together, and it says buy 5 or more, get them for $1 a piece. But it's not the same buy 5 or more that thing that's going on right now. It's very confusing. It's on a blue sticker. It's on a light blue sticker, the pasta deal and the Gatorade deal. So I assume they go together. We'll just have to see. But guys, thank you so much for joining the coffee rant today. I know I always, you know, just want to make sure we're putting this out here so that you guys are prepared for winter with all the different things going on, with all the different crazy news in the air. We want to make sure that we are staying on top of these things. Want to make sure that you have that extra cold medicine if you need it, or different over-the-counter medicines, any kind of vitamins that you may need or that you take. Getting comments on shortages of those as well. And people have talked about price increases on those. We saw a few months ago where, yeah, Walgreens prices on vitamins really went up, and we saw them take down their buy one, get one free. Now, I haven't been back to Walgreens, but it was really weird seeing that. Seeing the buy one, get ones taken down. But I have noticed that Kroger has theirs with the Nature Made. And I think Nature's Bounty too is on there. I know Nature Made is the buy one, get one of equal or lesser value for free. So, but they do switch. Sometimes you'll see like the 50% off, stuff like that at like Meijer or something, which can or can't be as good of a deal. You have to look at the regular prices too. But there's so many of those. But make sure you maybe check online. Check online so you don't waste your gas going to a different store. And those are things that we just have to do a lot these days because, you know, yeah, you don't want to be spending the extra gas, time that it takes you. I understand not everybody has time to go to 3 or 4 stores in a day and do videos for everybody. Let me do it for you. Just sit back. Eventually, we're going to go to the store you want or like, and you can see what the deals are. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Have a great night.